Are we live?
We're starting the stream, and
Is it
we're
started?
live. Yes. So welcome back, everyone.
Has anybody been watching this?
No one's
Have
been
they
watching.
noticed we were gone?
No. Well, there was 39 or 40 views of our last episode.
That's it.
That's it. Apparently,
We peaked in week 2.
yeah, but apparently people haven't been sharing and subscribing like we're asking. Apparently, it's not working.
So you're telling me that people watch this,
And
but they don't actually.
They don't subscribe.
They don't actually. Didn't have it muted.
Yeah, so they don't actually do what we're asking, which is please subscribe and share, because we like it.
We got four watchers.
For watchers.
Let's not disappoint them.
Okay.
Hopefully, get some chatting going on.
So this week we've got a new Joe story. We've got endless Joe stories.
You've been teasing me with this Joe story.
This one,
I hope it's.
I don't know if you've heard this one, but guys and gals will be able to take call-ins starting next week. And my Joe story is going to be a substitute story from a buddy of mine next week.
What do you mean?
Tune in.
Substitute? What does that mean?
That means instead of having one of Joe's stories, I'm actually going to have one of my friends calling and do a story in place of a Joe story. It's going to be great. It could be great or it could be really, really bad.
Do I know this friend?
I don't think so.
Oh my! Is it about you?
No.
Then that's not Joe's story of the week.
Then we'll rename that segment to something else. Okay.
This is why only 30 some people watch.
Listen. This is
why.
This is authentic. This is what's happening. We're real. Two normal guys. Not normal, but two normal guys having just a conversation. All right. So new Joe story.
Yep.
A looking back that may or may not work. We may pull out pretty quickly, but we got a looking back today.
Yep.
We've got a top 5. This top 5 came from the audience.
This top 5 was the toughest top 5 we've done yet for me.
Do you have honorable mentions?
I have several honorable mentions because
So do
this
I.
was the toughest one yet.
This is top 5 80s movies. So a lot of our...
I didn't realize until I looked back how many great 80s movies there are. I want to go like now. It makes me want to do the 90s and then do the two because I'm just curious because there are so many good 80s movies.
Let's do it, and then we can go backwards, only to a certain point because then movies started getting not good. All right, so top 5 80s movies, and then do we have a rant of the week this week?
Oh, I got a rant.
We've got a rant.
It's a softer rant, but it's something I think people can relate to, and it's definitely a frustration of mine. We'll see how heated I get. I probably won't get as heated as I was about the last rant, but...
Nice. Well, your brother wants me to have my ex-girlfriend call in and tell the diarrhea story from last week or the week before.
Yeah.
Probably not going to happen.
Just ignore him.
Yeah. Okay. So, Joe's story of the week.
This ought to be good.
I'm going to call this The Proposal.
Okay. This
is the story of how I proposed to my wife. Have I told you this before? Have you heard this story?
I don't know. I didn't think this segment was a love story thing, but
It's
whatever.
not this. All right, so let me take...
Spoiler alert, she said yes.
She did. Surprised me. Okay.
You should listen. Did it really surprise you? Because you should not ask someone to marry you unless you're pretty confident you're what the answer is.
No, it didn't surprise me, but it was just the...
So you're already backtracking.
Yeah, backtracking. Okay, let's cut it out. All right, so I got my engagement ring from the jeweler store.
Jeweler store? You mean the jewelry store?
What's his name? He's always on the radio.
Oh, you went to Shane Company.
Your friend in the diamond business.
You went to Shane Company
at the corner of I-40 and 170.
It used to go at the corner of I-170 and Highway 40. But here's the thing: they moved.
Yep, they moved. But I got it at the original store.
But people that aren't local don't care.
Okay. You see your brother's comment?
Yeah, I see my brother's comment.
So so I pick up the ring, and have the ring in my house for
How much did you pay for it?
Enough. I paid enough for it.
$36.
A little bit more than that. Add a couple zeros.
36. You ain't cheap. All right.
What? So I had it in my house for a while, and I went and got it. I dropped it off to get it cleaned. Okay, so it was in the house. Got dust on it. I don't know.
Is this story going anywhere?
Yes. Give me a second. And when I dropped it off and get it cleaned, dropped it off to get it cleaned. So the plan was, I pick up the ring, and then the following week we were going to go to Florida to meet my parents in Panama City, Destin area, and I was going to go and propose to her
with your mom and dad
in Florida.
You wanted to propose to her with your mom and dad?
Not in the same room. We would go like on a walk and try to be romantic.
But you were with your mom and dad.
And my whole family, like
did
Katie?
Did they hold your hand?
No one held my hand. Anyway, so I dropped it off, and then I was going to swing by and pick it up when Kirsten was with me. So we drive by the Shane Co. To pick up the. Are you typing?
Oh yeah,
you're typing. Okay.
Hey, when the wife needs something, you just do it.
Okay.
Right.
So Kirsten's with me. We're in my SUV, the Envoy, circa 2001, white. It's a pretty sweet ride. We drop by. I go in and I pick up the ring, and then put it in the center console, and then we go to the Galleria. Okay, so we're in the parking lot of the Galleria, and I'm just like, "Hey, do you want to marry me?" She said yes. In the parking lot of the Galleria.
In St. Louis?
In St. Louis.
I thought you were going to the Florida.
I couldn't wait. I got too anxious. Couldn't wait.
That is a very you story.
So that's how I proposed to my wife.
It's not entertaining.
In the parking lot of the Galleria.
People are emotionally invested in your marriage. It's entertaining, but for everyone else out there.
But going back to think about it, I mean, it is something I would do. Get excited. Can't contain my excitement.
My proposal story is way better and more entertaining.
Yeah, your proposal story is terrible on Lake Kentucky.
That's actually Kentucky Lake, but the story around it, I think my friends would agree, way better than your story.
Probably.
Yeah, way better.
So that's how I proposed to my wife.
But this isn't Tyler's story of the week. This is Joe's story of the week.
Joe's
Maybe I'll
story.
share that sometime.
Okay.
If there's interest, let us know.
Yeah, you can live chat.
Yeah.
Okay, so looking back, this could go really bad because Tyler couldn't think of a looking back this week, so I tried to pull an audible.
Looking back lasted 2 weeks.
3 weeks.
2.5. We
did wrestlers. We did telephones. We did cartoons, childhood cartoons. That's 3. Okay. What about growing up in the 90s? Okay. One of the things that I remember doing that people just don't do, and maybe it's because where we live. I know you go back to Fillmore every other day, it seems. But going out in the woods and just playing, having the kids just
You
play.
did not play in the woods.
I played in the woods.
No, you didn't.
All the time.
You hate anything country.
Katie, if you're watching,
you hate anything country.
Comment in the comments.
Like,
I played in the
if you
woods.
would have got dirty, you would have cried.
I played in the woods.
You did not play in the woods. The backyard is not the woods.
All the time. I have woods.
You hate Walmart. You hate small towns. You hate country. You love concrete.
I don't hate country.
You love concrete and brick and mortar.
I don't hate country.
The only grass you like is on a golf course.
I do like golf course.
You did not play in the woods.
All the time.
I'm serious. There's no way you played in the woods.
All the time.
No, I've known you for like
Constantly.
12 or 13 years now. There's no way you played in the woods.
Constantly played in the woods.
You'd break out in hives looking at a tree.
Especially building forts in the woods.
No, you did not.
Oh, yeah.
No, you did not.
A couple buddies of mine built a teepee.
Okay, a buddy built one. I believe that maybe a buddy of yours did.
We had a secret hideout way back in the woods,
you
probably about
didn't.
a half mile.
No, you didn't.
It was great. But, going back in the woods and playing without, constant supervision or constant knowing where your kids are just doesn't happen. Unless you're in Fillmore, probably. What do you think?
About what? You playing in the woods? You didn't do it.
I did. 100%. 100%.
No. No. I mean, I played in the creek, played in the woods. Pretty obvious. I'm a country boy.
So when your boy gets older,
yeah,
would you let him play in the woods unattended? Like, let's just say,
yes,
9, 10.
Back where I'm from, yes, absolutely.
What about here?
No, there's too many weirdos in this area. We're in the city.
Okay. Do you think that would be the same when we were growing up too?
Yeah, I do. Absolutely.
Okay. So that's one thing that I thought about. Like,
look, when you come from a town of 200 or 300 people, you know everybody in that town. Like, you pretty much know everybody. Doesn't mean they're all good. It just means you know them and you know the ones to avoid.
I agree. Anything else that you remember from growing up that really doesn't happen anymore today?
Anything growing up? I know you didn't play in the woods or build forts.
You're going to be sadly disappointed.
I want to see a picture of the fort. Oh, don't have one, do you?
How about I have my friends call in next week?
Yeah, we'll have your... Yeah, how much are you going to pay for that?
Nothing. Mm-hmm. They can vouch for me.
I had something that struck me, but then you said you played the woods, and I totally lost my train of thought. Let's be honest. I don't know. Maybe we'll come back later. Let's do the top 5. I'm saying top 5. I'm really razzled by that.
We're pulling back.
This is turning into my rant of the week. You did not play in the woods.
Yes, I did.
No.
Yep. Top 5 80s movies. This could be any movie. It just has to be bound within 1980 to 1989, December 31st. Is it my turn to go first or your turn?
I think it's mine.
You sure?
I think. If you want to go, go.
No, you go first.
All right. My first one I'm already predicting is Joe's. This is my number 5. I'm already going to predict this is Joe's number 1. I'm going to spoil you on it because I know how his mind works, and I'm already going to say it's Caddyshack. And look at him laughing because he knows. I know him too well, just like I know he didn't play in the woods.
Played in the woods.
Because he thinks he's a really good golfer.
All the time.
And he thinks, I'm Mr. Golfer, so I got to pick Caddyshack. Anyways, that aside, Caddyshack, pretty good movie. Chevy Chase. I mean, Chevy Chase has got so many good movies. Bushwood Country Club. Favorite part of that movie, because Joe's going to talk about it when it's his number 1, so I don't want to talk too long. My favorite scene is when Chevy Chase's character is playing golf, like I think at night when he's practicing, and he goes to Bill Murray's house. And like he's
chinch bugs.
Yeah, all that. Yeah, so that's my favorite part. So anyways, Caddyshack number 5.
It's a special blend of Kentucky bluegrass, and
I don't know.
You could play 36 holes and then get stoned to the bejesus.
We have a coworker that he used to. When you said chinch bugs, I could just hear him saying that. Anyways,
manganese. Okay.
I bet Paniac knows who I'm talking about.
Oh yeah. Maybe. So my number 5. I doubt this will be on your list, but I quote it sometimes, and I like the movie Airplane.
That's a great movie.
Airplane. Leslie Nielsen.
That's a great movie. Roger. What's our vector, Victor?
Lloyd Bridges.
I think that's right.
I picked a bad time to stop sniffing glue.
Joey, have you ever been in a Turkish prison? Looks like I picked the wrong week to quit doing amphetamines.
Surely you can fly this plane. I can fly this plane, and don't call me Shirley. So many great lines there.
There is, and honestly, that's one of my honorable mentions. That's like, how do I not have that on the list? I don't know. This was the toughest one yet. If you asked me to do this a week from now, I'd probably have a different order, and that means that some that didn't make the cut are on there. I had to pick top. I mean, it was really hard. That's on my honorable mention list. That's a great movie. Smoking or non-smoking. The ticket is literally smoking. Yeah.
Great movie. If you haven't seen it, go watch it.
You got to watch Airplane. It's a different kind of comedy that's just, yeah. All right,
for it.
My turn. Back to the Future.
It's on my honorable mentions.
Back to the Future. I mean, Michael J. Fox, what do you say, right? Big fan of his as an actor. Liked a lot of the stuff he did. One of the things I tried to think about when I was deciding which movies to pick are, if a movie comes on, like you just see it on, what's my likelihood to, is that a giant bug coming out of that hole over there?
It's a centipede.
I'm sorry, the audience can't see that, but there's a giant bug.
Yeah, it's a centipede. We have centipede issues in our house.
So do we. I mean, I don't mean to be critical. It's just funny that there's this little hole in the wall. So anyways, Michael J. Fox, yeah. Centipedes, and I mean, Back to the Future, good movie. Oh, I know what I was saying before I saw that. I try to pick movies that if they're randomly on, that I tend to stop and watch. Mm-hmm. And Back to the Future falls in that category.
That's a good criteria. I also picked movies that I liked, that I would say that I would watch multiple times without being like, God, I don't want to watch this again.
Man, we could do a whole show on airplane one-liners.
Yes.
A whole show. I like the guy in the on the ground in the kind of when they're trying to figure out what's going on. The guy that's like the idiot, he's like, "What do you make of this?" "Oh, I can make a pretty hat." Or that guy is the greatest. Good bow. "What do you make of this?" And then the wife sleeping with the horse or whatever. That doesn't make any sense, but it's funny. Sorry. Maybe I should have put airplane on there.
All right, number 4 for me. Number 4. I don't know how Tyler's going to react to this. I'm just going to say it. Empire Strikes Back. Okay.
1980.
Luke goes to Dagobah to find Yoda.
Pretty widely considered the best Star Wars movie of them all.
You've got the Battle of Hoth.
Oh yeah,
right on the ice
planet.
Eight with a. You also have the City of Clouds in the clouds.
Oh man.
The duel with Darth Vader.
Oh.
And
I am your father.
Then the reveal that he's his father. So great movie. I could watch it a lot. So Star Wars.
Number 3, Raiders of the Lost Ark. All the Indiana Jones were good. This one was, I think this is probably I think I like The Last Crusade best, but I think it must have come out in the 90s because I didn't see it on the list. But Raiders of the Lost Ark, great movie. Got to find the Ark. We got the pit of the temple with the snakes in it.
You got the Nazis' faces melting off.
You got Nazis. Wait a minute. Is that in that one?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. The Nazis weren't good.
Mm-mm.
In the movies and in real life.
Yeah, not good. Not good people.
So anyways.
Is that good? You good?
Yeah, I really like Raiders of the Lost Ark.
The Goonies. Hey, you guys. Baby Ruth? No? Not a Goonies
I mean,
fan?
I haven't watched that movie since I was like a kid. And when it comes on, I can't get into it.
Listen, it had Josh Brolin in it. Josh Brolin. Sean Astin. Corey
Isn't it
Feldman?
Sean Astin?
Is it Astin?
I don't think there's a U. I think it's Astin.
Okay, you're probably right. But it has Sean Astin in it. Corey Feldman before he went a little crazy.
Who's Corey Feldman?
Who's
Corey Feldman?
He was the one. Well, recently it's the Michael Jackson, Corey Feldman. They were friends, and he's kind of cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs right now. No, don't remember him.
American actor and singer during the 80s.
But he was in The Goonies as well. Great movie.
All right.
Entertaining. Not like
It did not make my honorable mention. I know it's kind of a little bit of an 80s kid cult classic. The pirate ship thing at the end's kind of cool, but please don't cough.
What's your number 2?
Empire Strikes Back. I mean, we talked about it.
Yeah, we already did. It's good. Great movie.
Yeah. I don't know. It's probably my favorite Star Wars movie, but I feel like that's a cop-out answer too, because everybody says that. I like almost all of them except the newest one, which is The Last Jedi, which is the worst Star Wars ever, and it's almost as bad as the series Lost, but we won't go back into that again. We already talked about it. We're going to have so many honorable mentions I want to talk about that...
This is going to stir some debate.
Oh, gosh.
The Princess Bride.
That's a terrible movie.
Love this.
It's not funny. I tried to I watched it once. Not funny.
It's great. It's got Andre the Giant in it. Lots of great one-liners.
Let me tell you about a story, son.
I don't understand how you cannot like The Princess Bride.
It's not entertaining. I'm a guy. I don't like movies about princesses. Name a princess movie that I like. Exactly.
Do you like Mulan?
No, I've never seen it.
Do you like any of the Disney princess movies?
I'm not a princess guy.
Okay. Well, The Princess Bride, love it. Number 2 on my list. I could watch it multiple times.
Wonder what your number 1 is.
Okay.
All right, my number 1 obviously didn't make your list. And you know what? I had a hard time figuring out which one to pick number 1. But when this topic first came up, that we were going to do top 5 80s movies, I think this was the first movie that popped into my head that had to be on the list, and that's why it rose to number 1. Any guesses?
I have a guess, and
Okay.
I have not seen the movie.
What's the guess?
How about you?
All right, you got to admit, Top Gun. Was that the guess?
Yeah, haven't seen it.
You haven't seen Top Gun?
I've seen bits and parts, but I've never seen it through.
What is wrong with you?
So I can't rate it. I haven't seen it.
Well, it's about fighter pilots. It's
Mhm.
got Tom Cruise.
Mhm.
It's got Val Kilmer.
Val Kilmer, yeah, I know.
And he's kind of a rogue fighter pilot who's like super talented but kind of pushes the envelope.
So Matt, the reason why
Great soundtrack too.
this podcast has such bad audio is because our producer never showed up. That's why. Go ahead, sorry.
What is the audio bad again?
No, it sounds great.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Let's talk about Caddyshack. Come on.
Caddyshack.
Do I know him or do I know him? He didn't play in the
Caddyshack.
woods.
Loved it. I just watched it again yesterday.
I know.
Watched it again yesterday.
As soon
and
as
it
you
was
texted, I'm
hilarious.
like, oh, he watched Caddyshack.
How'd you know?
He texted me. He's like, I just watched my number 1 movie. He didn't tell what the movie is, but I'm like, oh, he just watched Caddyshack.
Anyway, Bill Murray.
He also supposedly shot Part, a golf course that doesn't exist.
Bill Murray, Chevy Chase, Rodney Dangerfield, and Ted Knight, all in this movie. Rodney Dangerfield by himself is just hilarious. One of my favorite comics, stand-up comics. We should do top 5 favorite comics.
Yeah.
Hilarious. Rodney Dangerfield goes in, plays, wants to buy the golf club at the end, and plays Judge Snails, forget his last name, for started off to be a $20,000 bet, but then rose all the way up to $80,000. Danny had to jump in at the end because of Chevy Chase had a no, actually it wasn't Chevy Chase, it was Rodney Dangerfield, got hit with a golf ball. Hilarious. I mean, the gopher with Bill Murray.
The gopher is the best part. I'm alright.
And then I think the line out of there, or the series of lines, was Bill Murray hitting those flowers with that rake. Yeah, rake. Little Cinderella boy coming out of nowhere. He's got about a 5-iron. Oh, he got a hold of that one. It's a great line.
Great line.
Hilarious.
I'm gonna
18th hole at Augusta.
You done?
Tears in his eyes, I guess.
You done? You're not done.
Yeah, I'm not done. And then the other one is when they christen the boat, the judge. It's easy to grin when your ship comes in and you got the stock market beat. But a man worthwhile is a man who can smile when his shorts are too tight for his seat. Great. Hilarious movie.
That was hilarious. All right, I'm going to start reading movies, honorable mention movies, and I just want you to comment. All right, we're gonna try to go fast because there's a lot of great movies.
Yep.
Breakfast Club.
Never seen it.
E.T. wouldn't be on my honorable mention, but a lot of people.
Yeah.
You've seen it though.
I've seen it. Yep.
Okay. Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
It's good.
Ghostbusters.
Great.
Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Never seen it.
What? I bet Paniac's seen that one. Fast Times at Ridgemont High. It's a good movie. Die Hard.
Seen it.
The original Die Hard.
Great.
The Terminator.
Yep. Great.
Terminator. You have the Return of the Jedi.
No, but I've seen it, but I like it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you have Return of the Jedi. You've got I haven't seen Gremlins.
It's okay.
I haven't seen it. Karate Kid. Original Karate Kid.
It's good.
Here's one that was really close to my top 5 because I just really, really like this movie. It's fun. It's a fun movie. Beverly Hills Cop.
It's good.
I love that. Beverly Hills Cop's great. Joe's favorite, Pretty in Pink.
Never seen it.
Molly Ringwald. Nope.
Spies Like Us. Oh,
that's a good one.
Great.
That's that 80s? That's Chevy Chase and
Dan Aykroyd.
Yes, that's hilarious.
Oh god.
Did you ever watch Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Yep. It's okay.
Dirty Dancing.
Yeah.
Beetlejuice.
It's good.
Weird Science. That was one I really liked.
Good.
Weird Science.
Yep.
Big.
Yep. Good.
Big. Some people say Full Metal Jacket.
Loved it. Loved
the
Full
first
Metal
half, but the second half is kind of falls off.
I would say 75% with Drill Sergeant. Hilarious.
Yeah, he just Lee Ermey or something. He just died recently.
Mm-hmm.
Trading Places.
Mm-hmm.
Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Oh my God.
What?
Dave McCoy. Oh, I can't believe I forgot that one. That would be on my top 5.
What do we got here?
Spaceballs.
Yeah.
I love Spaceballs.
Yeah, I haven't ever. I tried Pizza the Hut. Is that one?
Pizza the Hut. Oh my God.
Yeah. Here's another one that almost made my list. Honestly, it probably would have, but I just felt bad because it's kind of a bad content one. But I really like the movie. Is Scarface.
Yeah, Scarface is on my honorable mentions.
Hey, mine.
Hing
Scarface is a great movie. The Batman. What's his name? Who's the original? Not the original, but the
Val
80s.
Kilmer?
No, before him. Keaton. Michael Keaton Batman.
Keaton, yeah.
Michael Keaton Batman. Yeah, Michael Keaton Batman. Oh, how did we miss this? I didn't see this when I was remembering. The original National Lampoon's Vacation.
I've got it on my honorable mention.
That had to make. Let's see if I missed any here.
Paniac said Fletch.
Did we say Big? Fletch. Fletch is great.
Oh, there's another one, guys, with Mike Myers.
With Mike Myers?
Yeah. What? Oh my goodness. Where he's head move. Your head looks like Sputnik.
What?
I married an axe murderer. Was that in the 80s? Or was that 90s? That was a good movie.
Short Circuit. I liked Short Circuit.
Short Circuit.
Did you ever watch that?
Mm-hmm. Platoon.
I never seen Platoon.
I also
Revenge of the Nerds.
Raging Bull.
I haven't seen it. I tried to watch it, couldn't get into it. Yep. I mean, like I said, I want to do other decades because the 80s was so good. So good.
I'm reading our comments. Oh, Dave, you're hilarious.
We got more comments?
Almost got hit.
What? What do you put?
This is my buddy Dave McCoy says he's saying some one-liners from Caddyshack. You know when Rodney Dangerfield's in the boat and the plane like flies right over him?
Mentioned Die Hard. Paniac must not have been paying attention. We talked about it in honorable mention.
I almost got head from
Arlie Ermey. That's it. Yeah, Arlie Ermey.
Major League.
Is that 80s?
Oh man.
Is the original Major League 80s?
We gotta check that one.
No.
Check that one.
It can't be.
Yeah.
It's got to be early 90s.
While Tyler's checking on that, so
Major League 89.
Damn, there's so many.
There's so many.
Should we do a V2 of this?
I don't know how you. I mean, wow, the 80s were the golden movie era, maybe.
It was good. Lots of good ones.
Really good.
So we should do 90s.
We should and compare.
Yeah. This was really hard to only narrow down to 5.
Yeah, and we were young, but we grew up in the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
So, we could do like 70s, but it'd be, I don't know, it might be interesting. See, because there's like, then you get in like The Godfather.
That's 70s.
That's what I said.
Into
70s.
80s, yeah.
So you get into Godfather, but yeah.
Okay, well, that was our top 5 80s movies. Next week we'll think about doing top 5 90s. We got to discuss it and make sure it fits, but that's that. Maybe
sometime we should. Well, if we have a call-in guest, we should. Can we kind of copy segments that other like popular radio people do?
Like what?
Like DG does the bracket.
Yeah.
Where they do a bracket.
Why not?
You know what I mean?
Why not?
But we need a third for a tiebreaker.
We could have somebody call in, yes.
We should do that. I just think it'd be fun.
Like a different person each week, maybe?
Yeah, maybe. But then you could do then we could list like all these 80s movies and put them in a bracket and actually which are you picking, right? And see which movie comes out.
I got to read this because Matt's hilarious. The Shining is what happens when Tyler doesn't wear a hat on a sunny day.
That's funny coming from Matt because he's balder than I am.
So next week.
Oh, Dave wants in on the 90s draft.
Yes, you can. We can do that next week when you're calling in. So Dave McCoy is the guy that's going to call in to tell his story.
For the Joe's story, which isn't Joe's story?
Yes.
All right. Well, then, yeah, we can do that next
week. So
let's instead of doing top 5 next week, me and you will get together.
We're not going to bracket. We're not going to pre-bracket.
No,
how it happens is,
how do they bracket it?
They throw them out
during
during live, and then you put them in the bracket.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Lee Harvey Oswald's Cobblepot. That's from Batman. Oh.
Okay.
Cobblepot. Sorry, I saw Cobblepot in the comments.
So
Hoosiers 80s?
Hoosiers is at 80s. That's 70s.
No, I think it is 80s. No, I think it's 80s. I think Dave's right.
Man.
What is the deal? There's so many. It's 86. Listen. The 80s are by far. Listen, there's no decade that's going to beat it for 8 movies.
Okay. So, next week.
I just keep picturing that stupid Danny DeVito as the penguin wobbling around. Rack, rack, rack.
Okay. So we'll figure out next week to see if we can't do the draft like we said.
All right.
Probably Elite 8.
Yeah.
And we'll have to, go around and say, yeah, we're copying off a show that both Tyler and I watch. No disrespect, but it's going to be fun.
I get it.
I get it as well. All right, Tyler.
All right.
Tyler's rant of the week. I have no idea what he's going to talk about. This should be fun.
All right. Here's the rant. I don't know how heated I'm going to get. I'm going to try to stay calm because the audio gets messed up. But this is something that happens that bothers me. Ready? I'm curious what your take on this because you blew up when I mentioned soccer. This is not as controversial as that. I can't stand when people don't use their cruise control on the interstate. What do you think about? Like, it drives me nuts. Because here's what happens. Okay? Inevitably, I set my cruise. I come up on a vehicle, right? Guess what happens? Then about the time I get next to them, they speed up.
Yeah.
And then, so then I get over behind. And then what happens? They slow down. And then I get over to pass. Oh, they speed up. And I just want to get away from them. Just get away. You could do that 5 miles behind me or 5 miles in front of me. Stop. I can't stand it. I get it. There are exceptions. There are apparently probably some vehicles on the road that don't have cruise control. But these are like brand new, nice vehicles you'll see doing this. Stop. Use your cruise control. I don't care if you want to go faster than me. I don't care if you want to go slower than me. Just don't be around me.
So I'm probably not as heated as you are, but the one thing that gets me is when people drive slow in the left lane.
Well,
like you've got a wingman and his buddy side by side, and they're going maybe maybe a half mile an hour.
A wingman?
Yeah.
You think it's a coordinated effort?
Wingman over
it's like
here.
the flying V?
Yeah.
Speaking of that, Mighty Ducks.
Mighty Ducks.
Is that 90s? That's got to be 90s.
We missed that. Mighty Ducks.
92.
Okay, good.
Sorry.
No worries. All right, so your rant about people not using cruise control.
Yeah. That's it. I mean, there's nothing more to say. Use your cruise control.
I'm not going to disagree with you. That's not really a rant.
Well,
that's more like
I know,
a public service announcement.
It's a weak rant after. Look, every week can't be fire like.
I did drive a Dodge Stratus in college.
You know who else drove a Dodge Stratus?
Will Ferrell.
Paniac.
Paniac?
Pretty sure. Paniac, if you're still on the chat, I'm pretty sure.
Drive a Dodge Stratus.
Didn't he drive a Dodge Stratus?
No.
He did. He had the Stratisfaction. It was like maroon.
I thought it was a Geo.
He had it. Listen.
A Geo
This
or
is
something.
before
Metro.
that. This is before that. He had a Stratus, and then he ended up getting that little. I got a funny story about Paniac and a flat black truck and a knee that was
But
broken.
no one will get it. No one will get the reference.
I know. But he's chuckling right now, and he's been our biggest supporter, so we're giving him a little shout out.
Yeah. So that was kind of a week.
Yep, red, 1998. He had a Dodge Stratus. I told you.
I had a red 98 Stratus as well. That's what I had after the incident.
What incident?
In freshman year of college.
What was the incident?
My story of the week.
Which story? The poop story?
Yes.
Why would that make you change cars?
It didn't make me change cars. At the end of my freshman year, I ended up getting a 98 Dodge Stratus. Until the end of my senior year,
popular car, those Stratuses.
I got a 2001 GMC Envoy. So that's that.
That you put trash in the back of.
Oh,
yeah, we talked about that.
Yeah, we talked about that. So, all right. So next week we're gonna have a call-in user.
Joe says this call-in thing is possible. It hasn't been tested, so if we come back next week and it doesn't work,
I'm gonna test it out. I'm gonna test it out.
You gonna go play in the woods this week? What are you gonna do? You gonna play in the woods?
Dave McCoy. I don't know. Dave wasn't around.
Oh, you mean he can't vouch for your lies?
He came later in the Joe crew, but
he names the crew. How self-centered are you to name the crew around yourself?
They always came to my house.
So you actually do think it was your crew?
Dave McCoy, please comment and back me up on this.
You don't think
please. Joe's house?
Anyways, look, you got to understand. They got to wait 30 seconds before he'll see what you just said.
I understand that.
We don't have time for this. Wrap it up.
All right. So next week,
wrap it.
Next week we'll try something new for the top 5. It'll be actually the Elite 8. We'll have a guest call in. I'll get it tested.
Elite 8 or Sweet 16?
16 is going to be a lot.
Let's not commit until we see how many movies.
You do need headphones for this.
I won't have headphones.
You have to.
I don't have any.
You won't hear Dave.
Well, then I guess I won't hear him.
You need headphones.
I don't.
We'll figure it out after this.
What about like ear pods? The corded white ear things.
Do you have long enough?
I can scoot closer.
Okay.
You figure it out. You're the tech guy.
I'm the one that's put all the money invested in here, buddy.
What did you pay Dave? He's
$0.
either paid or brainwashed.
Nothing.
All right.
Paid him nothing. All right. So tune in next week.
My wife is calling, so we need to wrap this up.
We're wrapping it up. Thanks, everyone. Subscribe, share, comment, do whatever. Get the word out. We're not entertaining. Thanks, everyone.
All right.